Be like water, making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you shall find a way around or through it. If nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. If you put your water into a cup, it becomes a cup. You put water into a bottle, and it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes a teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Bruce Lee. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another life lesson video here at Step Up to Greatness with me, Dustin Gruss, your greatness facilitator. You know why you're here. That's right, to get tips, tricks, advice, lessons, and stories, all geared at moving you forward to a life of greatness. These videos drop on Mondays, but do yourself a favor and hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons so you know when they drop. Plus, who knows, maybe you'll get notified of some bonus content some days. I hope you all had a great 4th of July weekend and were able to celebrate, even as new health guidelines started to be enacted through major parts of the country. But hopefully you were able to adapt. Adapt. Why does that term seem so familiar? Oh, that's right. That's what this video is about. Being able to adapt. Our opening quote came courtesy of great legendary Kung Fu film actor Bruce Lee. By the way, side note, ESPN recently did an awesome 30 for 30 documentary on him centered around that quote called Be Water. Definitely check it out. Anyways, what does be water mean? Being like water means you change with the change. You never stay in a fixed pattern. You constantly improve based on the situations you face. I think it's safe to say that 2020 has been a year of change for all of us. The question is, how are you handling it? I know people who are struggling with the social distancing and quarantine because of their normally being social butterflies. They either have gotten real depressed because of the isolation, or they've chosen to ignore the guidelines completely, potentially putting themselves and many others at risk. I also know people who aren't necessarily thankful for the pandemic itself, but for the forced change in a way of life because they now realize how quickly they were letting life pass by. Now they're having family dinners again, game nights, arts and crafts, and cooking together. Completely different from shuttling the kids to different practices, stopping for drive-through in between, and kids on their electronics at home while parents seclude themselves with more work, TV, or adult beverages. This time with family and friends, whether in person, a social distance safe cookout, or via an online conferencing program, this time is so much more meaningful and time unlikely to forget. Businesses in our economy have been forced to make changes too. Unfortunately, some businesses are not able to fully handle the change and unfortunately close their doors for good. Meanwhile, others are finding new, innovative ways of doing things that have actually led to growth during these tumultuous times, all because they were able to adapt. Being adaptable like water doesn't just play out during pandemics either. This week that surrounds the 4th of July holds some pretty important significance for me throughout my life. Back in 2005, as a newly licensed realtor, I began looking for my first home in Akron, Ohio. Little did I know, 2 years later I'd be getting ready to move to Florida as the real estate market crashed and I found a new opportunity as a mail carrier thanks to some family connections. In 2010, while on a mail route and just days before my birthday, I decided to join a gym for the first time, as I had only stayed in shape through playing sports and walking my routes up to that point. Little did I know it would spark an interest in me and lead me to becoming a personal trainer and the greatness facilitator you see before you today. 5 years ago, in 2015, I got down on one knee and proposed to my Leanne. Little did we know that we would have a house in my hometown, a dog, and 2 foster babies in our care instead of our own biological children. For those of you counting, that's 15 years or 3 5-year plans. 15 years ago, I thought I'd make a living as a real estate agent and maybe own some rental properties. That changed. 10 years ago, I thought I'd just get in better shape and feel good about myself for days I was going to hit the beach or the pool. It became a life passion. 5 years ago, I thought I was starting the life journey with the woman who would have my children, and we'd live in some new up-and-coming area of town. Now, I get to see my wife love unconditionally and unabashedly the children placed in our home, while she gracefully encourages the parents on their journey to get their children back. Each time I had a 5-year goal in mind, but while things didn't go as planned, I adapted to what direction life's journey was taking me. And while goal setting is something I do and encourage as a trainer and life coach, especially with my new online course that's all about setting and reaching goals in a new way, I always disclose to my clients that your goals might change before you reach your initial goal. It doesn't mean you don't succeed. It means as your new habits and way of life change, you are able to adapt your expectations and approach to accommodate this new way of life. I want to help you with some ways on how to adapt. So here are 6 ways to adapt to changes in your life. 1, change your mindset, because honestly, it's your power to choose. This past Friday, my great friends over at Hey You, Get Out of the Porta Potty put out a video on the choice to persevere through change. And they're right. Persevering is a choice to get up each day and keep pushing and looking for answers. 2, find meaning in a change. I can't tell you how many friends with families have said how thankful they are for the extra time with family, being able to slow life down. The businesses that are now thriving because of their new approach. Due to gyms and daycares being shut down for several months, I've been able to be a stay-at-home dad and see our foster babies hit milestones I'd otherwise miss. 3, let go of regrets of the past. Water that goes down a river and over a fall doesn't try to climb back up the waterfall, just as you shouldn't try to change the past. President John F. Kennedy said, "Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future." Be water, adapt to the present, and keep moving forward. 4, find adventure. Health guidelines are in place for a reason, but there's still a world of opportunity for new experiences out there waiting to be had, especially in these summer months. Parks to hike, trails to ride, rivers to raft and row. The bonus here is that by trying new things for fun, the less scary other changes you have to make will be. So go have some fun. 5, take care of your mental and physical health. You can kind of tie number 4 into this one, as having fun and adventure can help your mental state, and if those adventures are physically demanding, then double bonus. But make sure you stay physically active to help relieve stressors, and certainly don't be afraid to reach out for help if you're feeling mentally unwell. Many businesses have EAPs, employee assistance programs, which grant employees some paid for counseling, and many counselors are still meeting, if not in person with masks, then at least via video conferencing. Again, 5 years ago when I proposed, little did I know that using EAP to get grief counseling for our infertility was going to be such a huge benefit to me and my wife in areas other than just our grief. 6. Lastly, give yourself room to adapt to new goals and new expectations. This is kind of a mixture of a few of the others. As I said earlier, your goal might change before you hit your initial goal. Be adaptive to that possibility instead of hard on yourself, thinking that you failed not hitting a set goal. In my online course over at Step Up to Greatness Academy on Teachable, this is absolutely a point we cover in the 6-week program. 6 weeks is a long time focusing on one goal. The almost 4 months of distancing and quarantine is twice as long, and I'm sure you had to make changes there. And as I pointed out, 3 separate 5-year plans had to be adjusted for me, but my life is full of joy, potential, and hope. And I got to have some pretty fun experiences along the way, with more on the horizon, I'm sure. Life is life. It's going to happen whether you're ready for it or not. The best thing you can do for yourself is to learn to be adaptive. Henry Bergson is quoted as saying, "To exist is to change is to mature is to go on creating oneself endlessly." Water is another thing that is endless. It flows, takes the shape of the environment it's in, it evaporates, condenses, precipitates, and it flows again. Be water, be well, my friends. And as always, keep moving forward and step up to greatness. What's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out my videos. So glad to have you here. Hope you are getting a lot of useful information out of them. Couple of things I want to share with you I'm really excited about. One, I totally redid the Step Up to Greatness website. Hope you go check it out. It's a place to go to get all these videos as well as my podcasts, and it also has a lot of information on who I am if you want to know a little bit more about my backstory, as well as if you are interested in getting some one-on-one coaching. It has information on the different packages I have available there. So check out www.stepuptogreatness.com to check out my all-new website. The other thing I'm very excited to tell you about is if you want to kind of have a trial run to see what it would be like getting coaching or more direction from me, I have actually created my first online course through Teachable, teachable.com, and you can actually get that link as well from my website. And I even have a coupon to get 30% off that program. And just to let you know about that, it is a program that is based around setting and achieving goals in a new, proven, extra smart way to do it. It's a program I created myself. Have a few people that have been going through and checking out for me ahead of time, and they have been loving it. So I hope you'll check it out as well. Again, that link will also be available from my website, or I will have it on this video, as well as a coupon code so you can get 30% off and get a little bit more of a sample of what it would be like to work with me as your life coach or greatness facilitator. So check it out. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope to hear from you soon. Peace.